Hey guys, welcome back to my video. So in this particular video, it's recorded at an interesting time of the year, I'm gonna say. So just at this particular day, or rather the day before, Joe Biden has just been elected President of the United States of America, from previously Trump. This is depending you watch this video, of course, but Joe Biden has just been elected President, so interesting day. So this video will cover my thoughts and experience and what could be done differently or added into Bozja Southern Stormfront, which is Final Fantasy XIV in its current patch is the current relic questline that you can do. So this is where the main story goes with building your relic weapon actually happens. So it's this is where the grind content that we've been looking for in Shadowbringers has come out for. So it's been out for a little while now, so I've been taking my time doing this content. I wanted to see how reasonable grind, reasonable pace into this piece of content will do. So I didn't want to go in and just do everything and blow all the content. I didn't want to take that approach to it. I wanted to really take it all in, get my thoughts into gear to how I can, the direction I wanted to do that in, because Bozja has more than just a relic weapon. Actually, it's a little bit more than that, which surprised me actually. Kick off with a story inside, you do a few quests, and the whole piece of content has a laid structure with its grind actually, which I found quite interesting. Participate in the content, and that participation is split into fates. What I personally enjoy a lot is the critical engagements. These are large scale boss runs basically, where up to 48 players, there's some exceptions to this, but they're primarily up to 48 players, take part and try to rush down a boss. Now, where I find these fun is that these bosses appear about the same level as the 8 Mind Trials story mode, not extreme, because the bosses are quite good fun to do. They don't die in seconds, which I completely appreciate. So you get to see the mechanics, so they're engaging to do, so I enjoy that. Get to rank 8 to unlock all of your 3 zones. You need 20 items of dying memories, I think they call them. There's 3 types. Square Enix did something a little bit cheeky, so don't really approve of this. You can obtain these items outside of this instance, in the old world zones, and I don't really appreciate, because I actually quite appreciate the fact that the relic grind primarily has its own sort of place to do it, but I do feel a little bit they're cheaped out a little bit. They're not cheaped out, I don't know the expression, but I'm not so keen on the fact that you can do it outside of it. Each instance is actually a maximum of 72 players. Critical engagement, there's one more piece of content I'll cover a little later. That can take up to 48 players, and most of the time when I do them, we get up to 48 players doing them. That's 48 players taken from a bulk of 72. So that means there's 24 players remaining in that instance to do everything else. So this is fates and other critical engagements which can crop up. Rarely do you get 2 at the same time. It becomes problematic when that happens, especially when you're not in that critical engagement. You're kind of like, where is everyone? Have something bigger than 72 players per big instance. If they can double that, that'd be fantastic, because what this will allow is more critical engagements to happen more often, because I love doing them, and they don't pop up often enough in my honest opinion. When you have very little players doing the fates and or the critical engagements, those fates can take a really long time to do with just a few players, which isn't particularly fun, and seeing that chaos ensue, I love that. It's part of gaming. Which leaves the final form of grind content, I would say, would be the castrum, which I mentioned a little earlier. So this instance is great fun. I enjoy it. It's like Praetorium, I'm gonna say, but on steroids. It's a lot shorter, but the boss battles are good fun. You go up to 48 players, which is great. But what's interesting here is this dungeon drops its own currency, because when you complete this dungeon for the first time, it actually unlocks a new vendor for armor pieces. To obtain the armor pieces doesn't actually take a lot of the currency that you obtain in Castrum Dungeon. To upgrade those requires extensive grinding. It's nice to have a long-term grind to keep at it and to be in there, but once you've done your relic weapon that you're just wanting, with either just that main job or multiple, if you're doing the crystal or not, your crystal grinding, then that just leaves you with that. But a lot of people who get to rank 15 tend to just wait for that Castrum dungeon, or they might be leveling other jobs because you can actually enter at level 70. But all in all, I do enjoy this content. I wish to see more of Castrum type content in there, like just do one thing, just do one instance dungeon per patch where you get a large scale of players into there and just do it as a form of grind content, light form of content. It doesn't have to be up to 48, but you know, a lot of players, some players like myself have been asking for 8-man dungeons instead of 4-man dungeons. That'd be great. Like Praetorium is actually a really fun dungeon to do, so it would have been nice if we had more of those dungeons, but just fit what players actually also want in there, which is something that drops, like, you know, some sort of gearing, or some sort of other form of grind content to do. So that would have been great fun, and that would have been more incentive to do it. Also, what I would also like to see Square Enix do is actually release this earlier in an expansion cycle, because this is released really late into the expansion. We've only got a few major patches left, so there's not a lot to give in terms of story. Other forms of grind content they can have to offer. Looking at the amount of currency you need for the armor pieces, I'm going to presume this is going to be a persistent currency throughout whatever they add into this, because I think you need 999 for the upgrade item to upgrade your armor pieces, whether it be your body pieces or your accessories. So I'm going to assume that's going to be a persistent currency going throughout. So it'd be nice to have this released earlier on and just sink your teeth into it and just take your time, because it's nice being able to, for me, to log in and do not just the roulettes, if anything else takes my fancy, but it'd be nice to go into, say, something like this, because I can schedule my day when I'm playing the game to do a couple of roulettes, take me half an hour or so to do, then do the Stormfront, like an hour or more in there, then that's it. That's a couple of hours in the game, doing a few, you know, doing different things, seeing different things in the game as well. So it'd be nice to keep that variation going for people who do PvE content. We've got 2 major patches left, maybe 3, depending on how they actually do this, but I know they've got one more Eden Raid series to go. Then I've got the Nier series, to the finale to that. So they've got 2 major patches to go, and for something that's meant to be a long-term grind, that's actually not a lot. That's in the space of 6 months in total. But you need to sort of break that up in that in each patch cycle they release the next stage to it. So it would be nice to see a progressive long-term down that you can pop in and out whenever you like, because it does feel like you can get a bulk of this done to your satisfaction, and that's it. And I think that's a bit counterintuitive for grind content, personal opinion to it. But all in all, I like the content itself, so I've been at it, so I'll be keeping at it. I might even level other jobs. I say level other jobs, might see how that goes. But I've got my black mage weapon to do at some point, but that's not in a rush. But that's what I have to say about this. These are my thoughts of Bozja Stormfront and what I think they can do to, you know, look into things a little bit more, add more, or consider more going forward. Let me know what you guys think, what you think of this content, what you think of my thoughts on this is. Leave a comment below, like, dislike, and I'm going to be doing more videos, so hopefully my next one would be about World of Warcraft, because I've just been covering mainly 14 at the moment, but I'll be trying to get more Warcraft content in, because there's just been the main thing to discuss will come in next patch, and I think that's next week at this time of this video. So let me know what you think. Subscribe if you enjoy my videos. They're just mostly just talking heads at this stage, but yeah, let me know what you guys think, and see you next time.